All right, welcome Virgo to your weekly reading. This is a reading for March 7th through the 13th. If you are a Virgo sun, moon, rising, or ascendant, those are the same sign, then you may find the information in this reading applicable. If you are dealing with someone who's Virgo or a cross watcher, then this reading may also be relevant to you. Additionally, you may find this information in this reading relevant to where you have Virgo in your own birth chart. So I'm going to be looking at using this Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck by Amanda Lovelace. So that's the theme for this week across all signs, is to believe in your own magic. I'm going to go ahead and select an oracle card from this deck to guide us into what's happening for you this week, Virgo. I'm going to go ahead and draw a couple of cards around this card, around the oracle's message, to clarify the message of the oracle. I will be doing an extended reading to go deeper into what's happening behind the energies that show up in the tarot, as well as to get a message from an animal guide for you this week, Virgo. The extended will be, the link to the extended is in the description box below. And again, if you enjoyed this content, please feel free, or please go ahead and like, and then feel free to subscribe, share, or comment in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, it would be great if you went ahead and did that so that you could have notifications when I post new content. All right, so I'm going to go ahead there, Virgo, and get into your reading for the week of March 7th through the 13th. So again, the theme is believe in your own magic. Spirit, what magic does Virgo need to believe in this week as they negotiate what's happening for them? All right, messages for Virgo, please, Spirit, for March 7th, week of March 7th. Okay. Aha, Tower. All right, so Virgo, what's coming in, this says wiping the slate clean. So this is not what the card said, but this is what I saw. So that is a message. I'm going to take that as a message. There is some wiping of the slate clean. I have no idea where that came from, but that is in fact what I just read on this card. But what it does say is relax for a spell, unplug and relax. So I got this card, this message, in another reading. So Virgo, your reading might be connected. Let me see here who that also. Someone else had the Tower this week. I think that was Gemini. It was Gemini. It was a reading for Gemini. So if you have a Gemini placement, or you're dealing, Virgo, with a Gemini, I would definitely look at the Gemini reading, because it had a very similar kind of oracle message. Although, of course, when we clarify with the tarot, it may come out different. Plus, I didn't say wipe the slate clean. So there is some, and for you, your Tower is a little bit different than the Gemini reading. But then again, you may have some connection there with a Gemini, or maybe a Gemini moon or sun if you're a Virgo moon. Or somehow maybe there's a Gemini in your life that you're both experiencing a similar kind of tower moment. I think I'm getting the wiping the slate clean. First of all, those words just were written on the card that isn't there, so that's what I saw. But you can see these sort of sparkly clean stars on the wall, and I think maybe like that it's probably what jumped out to me, is this getting sparkly clean. And sometimes a Tower can do that, right? It just wipes away the things in your life that aren't working, or that haven't been working, that you may have been a little bit in denial with. And so this card asking you to go ahead and unplug and relax for a spell. Here in the card, this woman has a cup of tea. There's a little potted plant on the ground, doing some yoga. And this is an idea of sort of going within oneself. Also, kind of reminiscent of like the hangman feel of having to surrender to what life is bringing in, or surrender to what the universe is bringing in for you. Wiping the slate clean. There's just something about a need to get rid of something, to just start over, right? So the wiping the slate clean to me is a starting over. And also it implies that there's something that needs to be cleaned, right? So maybe there's some toxic ickiness going on. And with that, right, we get that fresh new start. So, getting this word clean, fresh, making me think that, Virgo, you've been involved in something not so fresh and clean. So something maybe toxic, dealing with narcissistic people, codependency, needing to clean out something for yourself, wiping the slate clean. All right, so we'll clarify that further. I'm just seeing if I get any other kind of intuitive hits here. A 3 card, which is also interesting here because, again, thinking about working in collaboration with other people, and perhaps there have been some issues for you, Virgo, in that. I'm going to go ahead and read from the card for you this week. Let's see if I'm focused, hopefully. It's time you took a step back and spent some quality time with your one true best friend. That's you, Virgo. Always, we need to put ourselves first. And Virgo is a sign that doesn't, maybe you can have a tendency to take care of others a lot, because you're good. You're good at organization. You're good at planning. And so then maybe a lot of people tend to rely upon you to take care of the details. But some of that work can kind of be grunt work. I don't want to disparage, right? It's important work to have all of those nitty gritty little details done. But it is the work that a lot of people don't want to do. And it is very time intensive work. And while you may be very good at doing that work, there may be a way in which you're taking on burdens for other people unnecessarily. So what this card is asking you to do is to look up some yoga videos on YouTube, try out guided meditation, read a book from a genre you might not usually read, take a morning stroll around your neighborhood. So doing a lot of self-care. So wiping that slate clean, I think maybe unchaining you there, Virgo, from a lot of your obligations to situations and people that were not serving you. So when we take time needed to recharge, we're paying the greatest respect to ourselves. And so definitely this is just right in alignment with what I'm saying to you there, Virgo. Having this tendency to put other people first. And so that this tower is coming in to kind of wipe things clean, and to help you to make sure you make space and take time out for yourself. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot. I'm using the Mother Peace Round Tarot deck here. This is a great tarot deck by Vicki Noble, the Mother Peace Tarot. I'm going to pull 4 cards. The first card is going to be how you're seeing the situation that's going on for you. The second card is what may actually, this might be the first card, be going on. I'm going to stop there. In this situation, how does that resonate with what in fact is kind of happening for spirit? And then what your higher self is trying to bring in, and then what isn't. I'll take a card from underneath. What isn't obvious to you, or what is something that you need to know that isn't necessarily obvious going on. In the extended, I'll go ahead and clarify each of these cards as well as get a message from your spirit guide. So let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, the first card out the deck, popping out here, is Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords has been very popular this week. A lot of people cleaning house. So you're no different. There's been a couple of readings, so you might want to check out some of your other placements this week because they may resonate. There's a lot of people needing to do some overhaul. There may just be in general some degree of that, right? This is the channel for Judgment Day where we're at that crossroads, right? Like, how are we living our lives? What, who is in our life? And to what degree do they belong to be there, and who should be in our life that maybe isn't. So here with the Ten of Swords, certainly you can see lots of people coming out of your house. This is definitely resonating with a Tower moment. Swords to me also is that mental energy, and so there's this it's like an entire community really kind of being kicked out. So you may be going against expectations of the community. It seems a bit to me like, sort of wiping the slate clean, getting rid of a lot of people from your life, maybe going against family tradition, something like that going on. And you can see this sort of tidal wave at the bottom of the card coming in to wash away, right? There's that washing away energy again. Really something pretty toxic in your life that needed to go. And that's what the Towers do. They come in and they help wipe away and clean out what is no longer needed. So yeah, really getting this washing away, swords energy being ideas, other people's ideas, all those swords belong to someone else, kind of getting rid of those ideas and then moving, like empty, cleaning house, like making space for you to then breathe and relax and like, hey, now I can see myself. How does this align with what's going on? Sort of what Spirit is bringing in? Absolutely. Woo, Virgo. Sorry, but justice is here, right? Justice brings in balance. And so why I made that sense is that this something has been way out of balance. Like when I said you needed to wipe that slate clean, like you've been dealing with some very, very unhealthy people, unhealthy situations, unhealthy patterns in your life, and it is time to be done. Justice is coming through and balancing it out, right? There's a balancing it out, and in a way that that's what, right, justice brings in balance. And so in this particular card, there again, this energy of three, the three on the Tower, there's three people in this card. There's water coming in from a mountain. There's a waterfall coming in. Again, this energy of washing away something, wiping, in this case, washing away the cleansing energy of water. There's a woman sitting on the ground, like looking into a crystal, getting clarity, right? A sense of clarity. There's another one. What's she carrying? There's another woman on here, right? So there you can see like the water fountain, the waterfall. The woman on the bottom has this crystal in her hand, right? Like looking in to kind of get clarity, Virgo. You're trying to get clarity on a situation. But I think what's interesting is the woman in blue, she's got like this club in her hand, and then she's patting this deer. And what's also interesting here is it's like three women. So definitely a lot of yin energy, pulling me into this notion of the goddess coming together, sort of really standing in one's feminine energy, but like taming this male, right? That's a male deer there with those antlers, and like also having a club in your hand. Like, look, I am not I'm not playing around. So I really am thinking there's some balance going on between the yin and yang energies. I'm kind of pushing back on some yang energy. If you've got some masculine, toxic masculinity, there's some toxic masculinity that you are putting in its place and balancing it out. Yeah, you're standing there and definitely like taking up space, not being small, right? So there's the woman resting across the rock and the tree. Like, she's not small. None of these women are small. Like, they're like, here we are, see us. No more being in the background. So there's something about this Tower coming in, clearing out other people's, taking care of other people, having this these ideas of other people, but these other people, I'm just getting this sense of you're dealing with some kind of toxic masculinity, some kind of maybe narcissistic person or pattern. What is your higher self? What's going on? What's your higher self bringing into you, right? Okay, so it's the end of a cycle. We've got the world card here. You're sitting in the center of the world, and you are the center of your world here. This is how I'm feeling in this reading, that this card is really wanting you to take center stage of your world. Enough of everyone else being the center. You're done. You're done with that. Like, you're just like, got to go, got to get out my life, cleaning up the house. And then, oh, I took this one off the top. It's supposed to come from the bottom. So I'll just keep it because intuitively it was like, take that one, even though it should have been from the bottom. The Lover's card wanting to come out, right? So she's just popped out. I will take also a card from underneath. So we've got 3 major arcana cards. Plus the Tower, which essentially is a kind of major arcana card, and a 10 of Swords. There is massive upheaval going on for you, Virgo. This is massive upheaval. So what isn't, you're being balanced out, right? So on this Lover's card, there are 2 cups, right? Which cup are you drinking from? What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose love or hate? In one corner are these sort of Spartan fighting emperor, and the other one is like a loving relationship. And so I think justice has come along, right? Justice has been served in your life. This Tower is bringing in justice for you so that you can choose love. And then there's this gate, right? You see this gate and new day with 2 people walking through that gate in love. So you're saying goodbye to toxic relationships, toxic patterns, being out of balance, bringing your yin and yang energies into balance, and choosing to move forward in alignment in love with that which is right within you. All right, so the card from underneath, the one I did not take, I'm just like grabbing that one. So it's like, and wanted that one, the Magician. Lots of major arcana, lots of big changes here. Spiritual lesson for you, Virgo. This Tower has been cleansing. This is a cleansing Tower moment for you. Good job, Virgo. Whatever it was, whatever you had to stand up to, or whatever you will be standing up to, I should rather say, because this is a reading for the week of March 7th. I'm looking through the reading as what you have completed in this week. But by the time you get to the end of this, you will have stood in your power. It looks like you may have initiated this Tower moment, right? You're initiating this Tower moment. You're kicking these guys out. This is your card placement. Bringing in that justice. By doing that, it resets a balance, allows you then to be the center of your world, puts you back in the place, and all of these other people are on the periphery, that all these people you're really good at taking care of. And then what you don't see is how this brings you into alignment with yourself, to have love, to balance out, and allow you to choose love, which is what you're manifesting, right? Like, you don't see this. This is from underneath. You don't see how powerful you are. You don't see how you're the magician. And you have all that you need, right? The alchemy is all there for you. The swords, the wands, the pentacles, and the cups, right? The 4 elements of the tarot. A little fuzzy here. Hello, camera. All right, the 4 elements of the tarot. And what they represent is our mental energies. The swords are our mind. The wands is our spirit, our passion, our drive, what we get from spirit. Cups is our heart, right? Mental needs to be balanced with heart. And then the pentacles, we've got to ground that in our material existence, our wealth, our abundance, our ability to create home, hearth, things that, our physicality, right? All of those things you're in command of. You have all of the tools to manifest in your own life, and you're starting over, right? You're a magician, not in the sense of the fool, because you're coming through another cycle. So we're going out of this tower. We're starting from the world to the magician, and this time, sort of the bonus from the World to the Magician. So you've completed a cycle, you're starting a new cycle, you don't see that coming in, and this new cycle is one that's balanced and in love, right? Based in love. So very good, Virgo. Very interesting reading. Alrighty, if you're interested in continuing on with me, I'm going to go ahead and move into the extended and get some clarification on these cards and some messages from an animal, which animal totem is with you this week. So, all right, have a good one, Virgo.